review, or even a Wraggys review. So this is a collaboration between Bang the Elephant and Good Name Brewing, I think it is. Yeah. I've never actually had a beer from Good Name Brewing. They are a local small batch, like a nano brewery. So it says here, Good Name Brewing makes some of the best imperial stouts around. So we loved getting together to create this truly epic cake stout. Decadent dark chocolate with masses of toasted coconut and pecan make it like drinking liquid cake. Anyway, that's enough of the anticipation. Time for the pleasure. So it's an 11.6% beer. I think you're looking at about £9 for the privilege, which these days, the cost of beers these days, that's quite reasonable in a lot of ways. Not if you're a supermarket drinker there. Oh, bloody hell, the aroma. Now this is at room temperature and slightly warm room temperature as well. So this was, as far as I know, I didn't actually see it, was on at Nottingham Craft Beer Festival. I think it was on the second day, so I actually missed out on it. Didn't go the second, it only went the first. Next year I'll have to look at finances. Although, to be honest, I'm not even sure if I'm going to Nottingham Craft Beer Festival next year, simply because it's a month away from my wedding vows. So we'll see how the monetary side of things is. So it's a black pour with a dark tan head. Good Name Brewing, if memory serves me correctly, is the head brewer now from Blue Monkey, Daniel Froggatt, I think that's his name. So he has got his own little nano brewery on the side, which a lot of them have. You know, you work for a big brewery, they produce certain beers, and big breweries, it's all about pale ales and stuff, basically to sell to the mass. Imperial stouts, although cracking beers, are not for the mass. Well, you tell Emperor's Brewery that. So the pecan shining through, certainly dark chocolate. Oh, smells flipping divine. The warmth has actually helped it. Now, as you know, Imperial Stouts, room temperature is king. Yeah, you can drink shite at fridge temperature, but Imperials need to be room temperature. I don't care about, where you get them in kegs and they come out freezing. Let them warm up, get them complexities rolling. Ooh. Now, so basically it says here, a German chocolate cake Imperial Stout. And yeah, that chocolate cake element shines through. And I'm sure the good fella Vince, who's a friend of mine, and basically one of Nottingham's beer icons, his support for local pubs is outstanding, and I tip my hat to him and nobody else. Because what he does as a customer, supporting pubs across Nottingham, is outstanding. I'm not sure he's still on. I think he's a CAMRA member. I'm not sure if he's still on the board of CAMRA. That sort of thing doesn't really interest me anyway. But I think he rated this as his best beer. So for me, this is quite interesting. My beer of the Nottingham Craft Beer Festival, the one I've tasted anyway. Didn't obviously try and taste them all. There's like 200 beers. You're only gonna be able to taste so many. And we all have a beer that ticks the old boxes. You'd be some superstar to go around and taste every beer and not be absolutely steaming. In fact, not be able to see the next day because you drank that much. Like I say, this is the sort of thing that soon I'll be looking into brewing. You know, big imperial stouts. I'll learn. I'll do it the hard way first, and then when I've got the pennies, I'll get the kit and do it from the kit. But I mean, I've brewed some bloody good imperials myself, and that's from kit. Complexities off the charts, as good as a lot of commercial beers that I've tasted. Um, so it just goes to show you, you know. I mean, it cost it like the one I've just brewed. It cost me £1 a pint, over £1 now, before I've even drank it. You know, and obviously I'm not selling it, so that's where duty is king. See, it's like on this 11.6%, your guarantee. The government took a wallop from that, and I did say to the lads at Bang the Elephants, do you make a lot of money, you know, off Imperials? And the fact of the matter is no, because of duty. It's actually not as profitable as pale ales, because obviously ingredients and the cost of making the beer, then the duty, the cost sometimes that the beer takes a lot longer. You can produce pales quickly. There's a lot more factors and logistical bits and bobs than you realise, and it's unless you know, then it's see, for me, you look at it and you, well, I can make a beer for 50p a pint. Why is it costing you? Why am I paying £4? But then you think to yourself, they've got to make it. Obviously, got to pay for the electric, the gas, and all that sort of side of things, obviously. So it's not just the cost of the ingredients for the beer. There's the cost of heating the water up and down, and the cost of the building, the cost of their costs, because obviously no one works for free. So when you look at homebrew, once you've bought that kit, you don't think about the cost of your electricity. Well, you don't. Or your time. You don't, because it's free. It's your time. But that's a business. And that it's interesting. It opens your eyes up to why beers cost so much. And obviously, if you're brewing on a grand scale, you can brew cheaper because you're buying more product, and you'll always get more product at a better price if you're buying more of it, because you'll come up with deals. Hence why supermarkets can go to certain beer makers and say, I want 1,000 pallets of some shite beer, and that's why they get it for the price to get it. And the funny thing is that the people selling it to them are making very little per pallet. And I know this because I've spoke to local people who used to work at much bigger breweries in their time, and the profit per pallet was staggering. It was like, what? Well, 500 bottles, you make 12 quid, less than 12 quid profit. And that's crap, innit? But it's about getting the name out there. So obviously bigger breweries, the more proficient, and the cost of it, keeping it down. Smaller breweries, you've got to brew it, you've got to pay for stuff. You can only brew X amount at any one time. These things are all very interesting when you know. And the likes of Bang the Elephant, both the lads work full time. Yeah, God knows how they put their time in with work, and then brew the beer, and then home life. I suppose it's a bit similar to me really, because I don't obviously brew beer. Well, I do, but I don't. But obviously, these days, most weeks, I'm doing at 6 days a week gardening. Sometimes working after hours on other people's gardens. And when you've done 8 hours in the pure heat that we've got at the moment, it's bloody hard work. You're not getting any younger in life. Had I And here's the interesting thing: had I 20 years ago been a fan of beers, and at the stage when I left school, I mean, obviously when you leave school, you're not really a fan of beers because technically you should be fucking drinking. Even though I was, yeah, bad lad. I was never a bad lad. I've always been a good boy. I've always been a good boy. You could be a bad lad. Never went down that road. No, no. We can all be. It's funny in life. Slight tangent. It's funny in life. You see all the hard men, and you know, it's only a choice of life. There were a lot of people who are a hell of a lot tougher who don't. One, they never showed themselves to be that way anyway. They're quite quiet, quite reserved, never get involved in trouble. And I always, with that thing in mind, I'm always the one who looks at the person who's not saying anything. If there's a problem in a pub, you get the gobby one, and then you get the one that's not saying anything, but he's watching. And always you can see him. He's ready, but he's just watching what's happening, and he's got his eyes to everyone. He's already worked out, what to do, and they're the scary ones. They're the ones who really can unleash it. But in any case, let's get back to the beer. So I'll give it time to air a bit now, which is the intention for this. I don't like doing beer reviews in 4 minutes. I don't like it, and this channel was not built on them. And sometimes I get criticism, and yeah, you do, I do, and people say, "No, bloody hell, you waffle on your beer reviews, and you do this, you do that," and but I'd rather give a bit longer, and not all the breweries like it. No, I really do. Yeah, about 0.1% of breweries ever, well, actually bloody acknowledge, and even thank you for the review, even if it was a good review. 0.1% even thank you, which is, you think, you miserable bleeders. And then very little actually share your reviews. Very. I can count on a couple of hands, 4 hands, them that have shared. And obviously, as a beer reviewer, as somebody who's on social media quite a bit, I notice every interaction that goes off. Because you see it comes up on your feed. You can't not notice it. And it does, it's illuminating, should we say. And in some ways, I support locals, and in some ways you look and you think, they can't even be asked to click a like. And it's like, what? I thought I did a good review. I mean, if I did a shit review, fair enough. But I've done some reviews where I've set it up perfectly, and yeah. And you think, oh well, it's what it is. I'll drink the beer. I'll do it my own way. But yeah. So it smells absolutely divine. It's a different beer than what they've done previously. I kind of prefer this over the left field one the other day, even though banana was involved, and I absolutely love banana. And for those watching who are brewery, who do their own home brewing, and this is the thing with beer reviews, in a lot of ways, you need to watch every beer review because there's a different angle in every beer review. It's not always about the beer, but it mostly is about the beer, obviously. Tasting divine. These guys are connoisseurs of beer. They've learnt from the best. Simon, the Abstract Jungle owner, ex-Blue Monkey head brewer. Damon, Mr. Emperor's Brewery. If you can't learn from them two, masters of brewing, and let's talk about it, masters of brewing, But then there's a modernisation. If we look at in any job we do, there's a modernisation of what you do. There's a better way of doing something, a better way, but that doesn't impede quality. And that is what I've learned as a gardener over the years. And these things will, pardon me, translate. God, that was 3D vision there. Hey, you'd be like, what the hell? Don't spit on me. Just goes to show you, face masks stop people doing that. Can you imagine if it was 3D vision then? You'd be sitting there drinking, you'd be like, okay now, you spat on me. So, yeah, different beer review, as always. Yeah. I go off on tangents. And no, not drunk at all. Not even the slightest bit drunk. And I'll tell you what, we're 31 degrees today. 30 fucking 1 degrees. Hey, what's that about? Hey, we need some rain. I'm sick to death of watering plants. Do you know how boring it is walking up and down with watering cans? Hey, what's that? Whoosh. And it's that all day long. And we got to a stage where the hosepipe came out and the sprinkler came on. It's like, I can't be done with watering anymore. I need to do something that, you know, functions the brain. Yeah. I'm loving the darkness of this beer. It's the chocolate is really quite complex and powerful. There's a powerful element to this. Yes, it is a good beer. It is. Whereas the banana one was good, it was a lovely banana taste to it. It's not got the complexities this has. This versus statement of intent. Oh, there's a battle. Statement of intent's got the bourbon qualities. I would have to buy, and I've not got the cash to do shit like that at the moment. I would have to buy this. I would have to buy the bourbon, the statement of intent, and then somehow, I don't think there is any, get the Call of Cthulhu. Put the three against each other in a full-on taste battle. And this is something, you know, one of these days I'll get local breweries and get their beer and do beer versus beer. And I noticed that one of the beer reviewers, Rasco, has done some work with brewers, the Jaeger, who actually came from Nottingham, at Wildcard Brewery. And I like that, sitting down, chatting to brewers, and it's something that I want to do on the channel, whether or not people will be interested in that and scared of that. You know, it's a scary thing talking to a camera. It's not as easy as it looks. You know, 4 years of doing this, I'm pretty okay now. Yeah, with somebody at the side of me, hey, it's a different kettle of fish. You know what I mean? And talking over StreamYard, obviously, you know, in somebody's house, and drinking their beer again. You know, you imagine doing a beer review with the brewer. Now that is an aspect that I find really bloody interesting. Reviewing a beer with the brewer in situ, either via StreamYard's all good. I'm good with that. And this again is something that the channel and the local brewery scene would be awesome. As this channel gets more, shall we say, bigger, and you never know. There's never no guarantees of anything. You can go viral like that. As breweries, no. Little breweries, you know, Beak, Day, Cloudwater, all those breweries were dinkum little breweries at one stage. Never heard of them. Nowadays, they're bigger breweries. Do they still hold to their to their ethos? That's the thing. You know, these guys subvert the stereotype. And they posted something yesterday, and you know, we don't intend to be like anybody else. Was the gist of it. And you know, I'm a lot like that. I never, I've never as a gardener, never as a human being, never as a beer reviewer, wanted to be like anyone else. I'll do it, always do it my way. Don't give a shit what if it's popular or not, or if the opinion is different. I don't do anything for opinion in that respect. But yeah. Anyway, waffled on enough. 21 minutes in. It's a proper raggy review. Hey, fuck it. I'd love to put this against statement of intent. So might have to see if there's any floating about on the internet at some stage and put mono versus mono. This is an absolute belter of a beer. Trust me. The German cake name doesn't really chocolate cake, but anticipation yet to come, and the name is actually quite cute. It's quite just. It's beers like this. It's why I got into doing beer reviews. It's beers that you drink and it's puts a smile on your face. Although the heat in it is killing me. But its complexities, flipping complexities are off the charts. It's actually such a stunning beer. Oh, and yeah, I do like the brewery. Don't get me wrong, but Jesus, there isn't a brewery anywhere close that does imperial stouts like them, apart from some bloke on his Todd in Leicestershire. Yeah, and I'm talking about you, Mr. Damon. Yeah, but you and these guys got. I love the bond and the friendship between um, the local nano breweries. Although Bang the Elephant these days are not calling themselves a nano brewery, but you know, it's a name, I suppose. But the local breweries and the local breweries who are mega breweries, shall we say? You know, when I look at Urban Chicken, Bang the Elephant, Fire Rock, Alter Ego, Emperor's Brewery, and that's just to name a few. You know, so many stunning breweries around me. Privileged and proud to be part of that community. And you know, even though I'm just a bloody drinker, yeah, I'm not the one making the beer. Not yet. It's coming. Yeah, I'm just getting these two brews out of the way I've got in the kitchen, and then I'm going down Wraggy Grain Brewing Road. Yeah, and you know, I know I've got the drive to do this sort of stuff. I know that. I see it, and there's a point to what I'm saying. So you listen to what people do. To a lot of people, brewing's a job. It's a means to an end. But these guys, trust me, 4 or 5 years down the line, they'll be one of the biggest in the UK. Yeah, COVID killed a lot of ambitions, but they're on a good footing. People have took notice, finally. You know, we all know in Nottingham, Shire and Derbyshire what good local breweries we got. Even though Derby beer kind of bloody ignorant, but there you go. At the moment, at least. But anybody who strives to do the best and be the best, to me, well, we're always learning in life, aren't we? If you're not learning, then what's the point of life? Learn. Learn from it. Push on. Get better. Yeah? That's what life's about. It's about never standing still. It's about moving forward. Yeah? And these are proper beer reviews. So, in any way, the chocolate and the complexities. I'm not going to tell you everything you're going to get. I don't want to spoil the fun. What I'm telling you now is that is one of the best beers this year. It stands in my top 5 of the year, which is something to be said. We're already 6 months in, and I've drank a few nice beers. And the second, or actually the third beer from Bang the Elephant that has reached the pinnacle. That other one being Statement of Intent, and the other one being Call of Cthulhu with Fire Rock Brewing Company. But it is an amazing beer. There's a couple of other beers from other breweries, but we won't mention them here. But yeah, so for me, a good 4.66 out of 5, and a stunning beer, German cake. Oh, fucking hell, it's nice. Pardon my French. 27 minutes, shit.